Welcome to our Sunday service led by the Youth of Unity. For those of you who are visiting or haven't attended one of our services before, today won't be our usual format. However, we hope you find it meaningful to you. Good morning, I'm Ziggy.
I'm Ronnie.
I'm Ian.
I'm Joy.
I'm Stefan.
I'm Rosalie.
I'm Natsumi.
I'm Max.
The service today is inspired by the book The Tao of Pooh, written by Benjamin Hoff. To get us in the mood, please join us in singing Winnie the Pooh, which can be found in your bulletin.
I invite you to find a place of comfort and relax and close your eyes. I want you to take a deep breath, and as you inhale, breathe in perfect white light.
And exhale. Take another deep breath and let this perfect white light flow through you. Let it fill your head. Let it flow through your neck and shoulders. Let it fill your abdomen. And flow down through your thighs, legs, and feet. Keep breathing in and out slowly. This perfect white light flows through you and around you. Flows through you and around you. This perfect white light is flowing through everyone in this room. Flowing through our inner natures, connecting our souls. Things are as they are. Everything has its own place and function. When I know and respect my inner nature, I know where I belong. I accept things as they are. No two snowflakes, trees, or animals are the same. No two people are alike. My inner nature cannot be fooled. I understand myself and I have respect for myself. Sooner or later, we are bound to discover some things about ourselves we don't like. But once we see they are there, we can decide what we want to do with them. Do we want to get rid of them completely? Change them into other things? Or use them in beneficial ways? There are things about ourselves that we need to get rid of. There are things we need to change. But at the same time, we do not need to be too desperate, too ruthless, too combative. Along the way to usefulness and happiness, many of those things will change themselves, and others can be worked on as we go. The first thing we need to do is recognize and trust our own inner nature and not lose sight of it. For within the ugly duckling is the swan. Inside Lao Tse is the rescuer who knows the way. And in each of us is something special and that we need to keep. Things are as they are. Everything has its own place and function. When I know and respect my inner nature, I know where I belong. I accept things as they are. And each of us is something special, and that we need to keep. Now I want you to bring attention back to your body, the chair beneath you, and when you're ready, open your eyes and breathe in this amazing energy.
As I mentioned earlier, today's lesson is inspired by the book, The Tao of Pooh. In the book, the author explains some of the fundamental principles of Taoism, using Winnie the Pooh and his friends. We will be presenting skits we created to illustrate the four fundamental Taoist principles: Pooh, Wu Wei, and the Tao in the Day. Joy and Rosalie will be talking about the Pooh and Wu Wei later on, but before we get started, we'd like to talk about the Tao in the Day. Greg has talked before about the Tao in the Day, and if it is okay with him, we are going to use one of his visual aids to illustrate our interpretation of those ideas. At the center of the wheel is the Tao, the hub of calm, inner peace, our source. The day is the day-to-day appearance of the outer world. The more focused we are in the day, the more our life seems to go through it out of control, spinning at the outer edge of the merry-go-round, frantic about the drama, the extremes of emotion. But as we turn our focus inward to the Tao, the more we are living in the flow of life, non-resistance, and balance. Our hero Pooh, as in Pooh, is the uncarved block that is able to stay centered in the Tao, no matter the circumstances, following with the ease of Wu Wei or divine order throughout his day. Now, please sit back and enjoy the skits.
One day, Winnie the Pooh and his friends were out for a walk in the 100-acre woods, when suddenly Rue fell in the stream.
Oh my goodness, look, Rue's falling in the stream. Let's do it. Let's make a prayer.
Aha! Look at me swimming!
Ruby, are you alright?
Yes, look at me swimming!
Quick, someone throw something in so we can pull him out.
Oh dear, not good, not good. What to do? What to do?
As Captain Rabbit yelled out commands, and concerned Kango worried, the panicky piglet jumped up and down making noises. The current carried Rue down the street, where the owl was standing and Tigger was bouncing.
Hi, Owl, look at me swimming!
Ah yes, I see. in cases of sudden immersion, it is best to keep your head above the water at all times.
Are you sure you're okay, honey? Get out of the water while you can, dear.
Hi, Tigger. Look at me, I'm swimming.
Hey, attaboy, someone just like a natural. I myself am one of the best swimmers because I'm a tigger. Woo! Nice work. Use your arms. I'll give you a formal lesson someday.
I really don't think that'll be necessary, Tigger.
While the ineffective owl pontificated, an energetic tigger boasted about his own swimming abilities, and Kanga continued her worrying, the current carried her downstream to where Eeyore was fretting over what he might be able to do to help.
Hi, Eeyore. Look at me, I fell in the stream and now I'm swimming.
Don't worry, little Lou. Catch my tail and everything will be alright.
But it was too late. By the time Dismal Eeyore hung his tail over the water, Roo had already been carried on downstream. In the meantime, Pooh had wandered on downstream and picked up a pole that happened to be lying on the ground. He looked at it and then held it out over the water for Roo to grab.
Hi, Pooh. Did you see me swimming? That's what it's called, swimming. Hi, Chris Robin. Did you see me swimming?
But Christopher Robin wasn't listening. He was looking at Pooh.
Pooh, where did you get that pole?
Well, I don't really know. I just found it and thought it might be useful. And well, it was. The first Taoist principle of our lesson is Pooh, which means uncarved block. In the Tao of Pooh, the author uses Winnie the Pooh to symbolize the concept of Pooh. So what is Pooh other than a silly old bear? Essentially, Pooh means things in their natural state, or the uncarved block. The uncarved block represents our original nature, which before being carved and sliced by various life experiences, is whole and complete and represents our most powerful way of being. To embody Pooh is to experience ourselves at the deepest and most essential level of our being. In describing Pooh, Lao Tse refers to what is childlike and innocent, while also noting the strength of an infant's grasp. While Rabbit is busy being clever, Owl is busy pontificating. Eeyore is busy being gloomy. Piglet is busy being timid. Kanga is busy worrying, and Tigger is bouncing from one thing to another. Pooh just is. That is the nature of the uncarved block.
One day, Pooh and his friends were all playing Pooh sticks together. White Man asked his Pooh sticks? Well, the players would lean over the bridge railing and each drop a stick into the river. They would then scurry to the other side of the bridge to see whose stick would come out first.
Ready, set, go!
They'd been waiting quite a while when out floated.
Eeyore!
Eeyore, I didn't know you were playing.
I'm not.
Eeyore, what are you doing in there?
I'll give you 3 guesses, Rabbit. Digging holes in the ground? Wrong. Leaping from branch to branch on a young oak tree? Wrong. Waiting for someone to help me out of the river? Right. Give Rabbit time, and he'll figure out the right answer.
Then Pooh got an idea.
Well, what if we threw stones and things on one side of Eeyore? They would make waves, and the waves would push Eeyore over to the other side.
Rabbit thought it was a good idea. Eeyore didn't.
Supposing we hit him by mistakes?
Or supposing you miss me by mistake. Think of all the possibilities before you settle down and enjoy yourselves.
But Pooh had gotten the biggest stone he could carry and was leaning over the bridge, holding it in his paws.
I'm not throwing it. I'm dropping it, Eeyore, and then I can't miss. I can't hit you. Could you please stop turning around? It muddles me, rather.
Nope. I like turning.
Rabbit began to feel that it was time he took command.
Now, Pooh, when I say now, you can drop it. Eeyore, when I say now, Pooh will drop his stone.
Thank you, Rabbit. I expect I shall know.
Are you ready, Pooh? Piglet, take a good Pooh a little more room. Ready?
No.
Now.
Pooh dropped his stone. There was a loud splash and everyone disappeared. It was an anxious moment for the watchers on the bridge. They looked and looked. Even the sight of Piglet's stick coming out a little in front of them didn't cheer them up as much as you would expect. And then, just as Pooh was beginning to think that he must have chosen the wrong stone, or the wrong river, or the wrong day for his idea, something bright showed for a moment by the riverbank. And it slowly got bigger and bigger, and at last, it was Eeyore coming out.
Eeyore!
Well done, Pooh. That was certainly a good idea we had.
Our second Taoist principle for today's lesson is Wu Wei, or Pooh in action. Clever Rabbit tried to take as much credit as he possibly could, but it's not the clever mind that's responsible when things work out. It's the mind that sees what's in front of it and follows the nature of things. When you work with Wu Wei, you put the round peg in the round hole and the square peg in the square hole. No stress, no struggle. Egotistical desire tries to put the round peg in the square hole and the square peg in the round hole. Cleverness tries to devise craftier ways of making pegs fit when they don't belong. Knowledge tries to figure out why round pegs fit in round holes but not square holes. Wu Wei doesn't try. It doesn't think about it. It just does it. And when it does, it doesn't appear to do much of anything, but things get done. Things just happen in the right way at the right time. It's effortless, like Pooh, the most effortless bear ever known.
Sweet.
One day, Winnie the Pooh and Piglet were out for a walk in the 100-acre woods, having just left Christopher Roberts' house where they had been talking about heffalumps.
I think I saw one once, Pooh.
What?
I think I saw a heffalump. Or at least, I think I did. Only perhaps it wasn't.
Maybe you should try to catch one.
But how?
Well, it must be a very cunning trap.
So Pooh and Piglet sat down to think it out together. Pooh's first idea was that they should dig a very deep pit, and then the heffalump would come along and fall into the pit, and...
Why?
Why what?
Why would heffalump fall into the pit?
Well, the heffalump might be walking along, humming a tune, and looking at the sky to see if it might rain. And he wouldn't see the pit until he was halfway down. And then it'd be too late.
That sounds like a good check. But what if it was already raining?
Well, the heffalump would be walking along, looking at the sky to see if it might clear up. And he wouldn't see the pit until he was halfway down. And then it would be too late.
Then Pooh and Piglet thought about where they should dig the very deep pit. Piglet said that the best place would be somewhere where the heffalump was, but only about a foot further on.
But then you would see us digging it. Oh, bother. This isn't as easy as I thought. Suppose, Piglet, you were trying to catch me. How would you do it?
Well, I should make a trap and put a jar of honey in there. And you would smell it, and then you would go in after it. And there you would be, and I will catch you.
So Pooh and Piglet decided they would do just that. While Piglet dug the very deep pit, Pooh went home to get a jar of honey. Of course, Pooh had to taste the honey to make sure it wasn't cheese, which the heffalump certainly wouldn't like. By the time he returned to Piglet, there was only a little honey left in the jar. Pooh and Piglet decided that it wouldn't take much honey to catch a heffalump. So they put the honey in the bottom of the pit. And after they finished setting the trap, Pooh and Piglet went home to bed. They planned to meet at the trap the next morning. Some hours later, Pooh woke up suddenly. He was hungry. But then he recalled that his jar of honey was at the bottom of the very deep pit. He tried valiantly to go back to sleep, but eventually he could bear it no longer. He jumped out of bed and ran straight to the pit, climbed down in, and began eating the honey.
Oh, bother, there isn't much honey left. It's only a little bit at the very bottom.
Pooh pushed his head right in and began to lick, and proceeded to get his head stuck. By and by, Piglet woke up and began getting ready to meet Pooh at the trap. Not feeling very brave, he began worrying about what they might find.
What is Heffalump like? Is it fierce? Is it fond of pigs at all? If it is fond of pigs, does it make any difference what sort of pig? What if Heffalumps were very fierce with pigs and bears? Maybe I should just go back to bed.
Then Piglet had a clever idea. He would go very quietly to the trap, peek inside very cautiously to see if there was a heffalump there. And if there was, he would go right back to bed. And if there wasn't, he wouldn't. So off he went. At first he thought there wouldn't be a heffalump in the trap. And then he thought that there would. And as he got nearer, he was sure that there would be, because he could hear it heffalumping about.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear!
Piglet wanted to run away, but somehow, having gotten so near, he felt that he must see what a heffalump was like. So he crept to the side of the trap and looked in. Just when Winnie the Pooh, with the honey jar on his head, made a roaring noise of sadness and despair.
Sadness and despair!
Help! Help! A horrible heffalump! A horrible heffalump!
Christopher Robin, hearing all the hullabaloo, came running to Pooh.
What's the matter, Piglet?
It's a horrible heffalump. Pooh and I caught a heffalump. I got the biggest head you ever saw. Well, a great big, I don't know, like an enormous big nothing, like a jar.
Let's have a look.
Just then, Pooh was able to climb out of the trap, honey jar and all.
Silly old bear.
See, Piglet, there's nothing to be afraid of. It's just me.
It's important to remember to focus on the Tao as we go through our daily lives. Sometimes, what is happening in our lives, the day, can throw us off balance. Often we're distracted by things, real or imaginary, that are going on around us. By remembering to focus on the Tao, or our inner selves, in the midst of the distractions of the day, we remain centered and at peace.
Please join us for coffee and fellowship. Wait, whoops. Sorry about that. Now it's time of the service where we give our gifts and tithes. Please take your offerings in your hands and join me saying the offering blessing, which can be found in the bulletin. Divine love, flowing as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I praise, I give thanks, and I am glad.
Okay, so we're going to be doing the hippopotamus song. So, in the beginning God made the seas, and the forest filled with trees. Stacked the mountains up so high, above it all He made the sky. His fingerprints are everywhere, just to show how much He cares. Along the way He had some fun, made a hippo that weighs a ton. Hip hip hippopotamus, hip hip hooray, God made all of us. Hip hip hippopotamus, hip hip hooray, God made all of us. In the beginning God made the seas, and the forest filled with trees. Stacked the mountains up so high, above it all He made the sky.
to show how much he cares. Along the way he has some fun, made up of raise a ton. Hip hip hippopotamus, hippopotamus, hip hip hippopotamus, hippopotamus. In the beginning God made the seas, and the forest filled with trees. Stacked the mountains up so high, above it all he made the sky. His fingerprints are everywhere, just to show how much he cares. Along the way he had some fun, made up of raise a ton. Hip hip hippopotamus, hippopotamus, hip hip hippopotamus, hippopotamus.
Please join us for coffee and fellowship in the community room directly after the service. Now we call in the kids. Song we are liking, walking the light.
So, what did you guys do today?
We planted plants, and we also played outside for a really long time.
How was that?
Fun.
Anything specific?
Fun.
Picnic.
Anyone want to say anything?
We don't bite at times.
Much. What are you going to do with our garden?
Yeah, what's going to happen with all
We're
those
gonna
tomatoes?
have pumpkins ready by Halloween if we do everything right.
Sing and pray.
Oh, and now we ask you to please stand,
Sing and pray.
sing, and pray.
We would like to acknowledge two of the unit teams who are helping us present our lesson today, Star Wheeler and Charlie Smith. We are so grateful for their willingness to participate and for all our volunteers. Thank you, God.
Today's daily word is wholeness. Wholeness is always present. I am a divine expression of God, whole, strong, and resilient, and vitally loved. Made in the image and likeness of God, I have the capacity to heal physically, emotionally, and spiritually. When a health challenge arises in me or in someone I care about, I visualize wholeness in the midst of the situation and affirm a mighty healing. I know any illness or injury is temporary, but the immanence of God is permanent. In prayer and meditation, I picture God's healing energy in every cell and organ. I affirm wholeness. The life of God flows through me and through those I love. In God, we are whole and healed. The eye is the lamp of the body, so if your eye is healthy, your whole body will be full of light. Matthew 6:17.
If you are visiting Unity Northwest for the first time, please raise your hand and keep it raised so the ushers can bring you a welcome packet. You will want to admire the label on your packet. Each of those was created by one of our children in Youth Ed. In your welcome packet, I would like to call your attention to a Unity publication called The Daily Word, which has daily affirmations and prayers. Many find it helpful as part of their daily spiritual prayer and meditation, and we encourage you to try using it.
There also is a card in the packet. We invite you to fill out this card and take it to the bookstore after the service if you'd like to be included on our mailing list and receive a free gift. If you have any questions about Unity or our church, please feel free to call the church up.
church office. We are so glad that you have chosen to be with us this morning and hope that you'll find this service spiritually renewing for you.
Unity's basic beliefs are summarized in our 5 basic principles, and as I read these, we recommit ourselves to living our lives with these as our spiritual guideposts. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God the Good. Our essence is of God, therefore we are inherently good. This God essence, called the Christ, was fully expressed in Jesus. We are co-creators with God, creating reality through thoughts held in mind. Through prayer and meditation, we align our heart-mind with God. Denials and affirmations are tools we use. Through thoughts, words, and actions, we live the truth we know.
Now is when we greet those around us. Please remember that some people prefer a handshake to a welcome hug, so make sure to honor that choice. And when you hear the chimes, please return to your seat, stand, and join us in our joy song, Boom Chicka Boom.
Stand!
This is a repeat after me song.
This is a repeat after me song.
I said a boom chicka boom.
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 I said a boom chicka rocka chicka boo.
I said a boom chicka rocka chicka boom.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Now let's do it.
Now let's do it.
The flower way.
The flower way.
I said a bloom chicka bloom.
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 I said a bloom chicka blossom. Chicka blossom.
I said a bloom chicka blossom. Chicka blossom. Chicka blossom.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Now let's do it.
Now let's do it.
The janitor way.
The janitor way.
I said a broom chicka broom.
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 I said a broom chicka mappa chicka broom.
I said a broom chicka mappa broom.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Now let's do it.
Now let's do it.
Valley girl way.
The Valley Girl way.
I said a boom chicka boom.
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 I said a boom chicka rocka chicka gag me with a spoon.
I said a boom chicka rocka chicka gag me with a spoon.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Now let's do it.
Now let's do it.
The preacher way.
The preacher way.
I said a doom chicka doom.
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 I said a doom chicka gospel chicka doom.
I said a doom chicka gospel chicka doom.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Now let's do it.
Now let's do it.
No way.
No way.
And now it's time for announcements.
Announcements, hey! We sold our cow! Moo! We sold our cow! Moo! We have no use for your bull now! Announcements, hey!
The lovely pulpit flowers today were donated by Audrey Versillo to honor all Marines, especially her dad, son, and grandson. Thank you, Audrey.
Join Greg on this Tuesday, May 28th at 7 p.m. for his class, Spiritual Awakening and Eckhart Tolle. You will learn about Tolle's principles and practices and how they can change both your life and the world. A love offering will be received.
Greg will also be facilitating our next new member class on Tuesday, June 4th at 7 p.m. Current members and folks ready to join our church are urged to attend.
Megan McDonough will facilitate the Power of 12, a 3-week class series beginning on Wednesday, June 5th at 7 p.m. You will explore the mystical number 12, your own birth number, the 12 notes on the Western scale which transport you directly into toning, a sound healing technique. Sounds fascinating. All are welcome. Love offering.
Bobby Williams is offering a new class, Vision Quest, on Thursday, June 6th at 7 p.m. This ancient Native American practice can lead you to your purpose in this earth that's totally in harmony with nature. Love offering.
Are you a business person who would like to share what you do with your UNW family? There will be a goods and services Sunday on Sunday, June 9th, all morning long, and you may rent a table to display your wares. See the pink insert in your bulletin for all the information and sign up in the lobby.
Greg will facilitate the Path to Change, a workshop based on Scott Peck's classic book, The Road Less Traveled, on Tuesday, June 11th at 7 p.m. Change can be a good thing. Love offering.
If you haven't already signed up for the Unexpected Income Program this summer, please have a look at the brochure in your bulletin. Sign up and get a copy of Stratton Smith's book, Prosperity Stories, Out of the Blue. Wouldn't you like to try?
Our garden team is seeking volunteers to water church garden one day a week. Please see Carolyn DeNoon after the service or contact the church office.
Last, pick up a June newsletter in the lobby. Please join us for coffee in the fellowship hall after the service. Now please turn off all cell phones as we prepare for meditation by singing How Could Anyone Ever Tell You, which can be found on the insert in your bulletin.
This song is called Princess Mononoke, and some of you might know it's one of the movies from Studio Ghibli. This is a short piece, and it's in Japanese lyrics, but it is a really beautiful song. So. ありつ